Hello everyone. Today we will talk about the most important topic of forensic medicine in deep investigation and post-mortem examination. The deep investigation it is a process of collection and analyzing information to determine the cause of circumstances of the person's death. An important aspect is to establish whether the death was natural or violent. The death of the person is always a serious event that requires a careful analysis. In some cases, death and illness and injury and poisoning and homicide and importance for injustice and investigation and murder and death from infection and disease and protection of citizen and right and protection and against possible and errors or misunderstanding and regarding death, including in this diagnosis, and establishing the facts. Investigation is important to obtain accurate date in case of murder and suicide and accident. Death can be classified by in various criteria: in natural death, and violent death, and undetermined cause of death. A natural death occurs as a result of disease and aging or a natural physiological process. And violent death associated with an external influences and injuries and poisoning and strangulation and drawing and etc. An undetermined cause of death when it is possible to determine what exactly caused the death without a detailed examination. Understanding the type of death is extremely important for criminalists and forensic experts and investigators, as it determines the future course in the investigation. The main stages of the death investigation, the main autopsy. The autopsy included in several important stages: an external examination of the body included in recording of clothing and body position and presence of injuries and blood and bruises and wounds and burns. And attention is paid to cadaveric spots and rigor mortis and degree of decomposition with help and determine the time of death. Next, an internal examination of organs. Examination of organs include brain and lungs and heart and liver and kidneys and other systems. Analysis of pathological change that may indicate a disease or an external influences. And next, in laboratory tests. Laboratory tests including histological analysis helps to study cellular change such as traces and oxygen starvation or tumors. And next, in toxicological Tests allows you to detect poisons and drugs and alcohol and medical and substances. Next, methods and genetic analysis is used is complex in cases. And for example, when establishing and identify or a heredity in disease. Next, the role of forensic experts included in main functions and determine the cause of death and setting the time of day and personal identification. Next, study and participation in the legal systems and preparation of official reports for investigation and trial, in participation in court and hearing as an expert. Next, additional tasks and technological and sample testings and analyzing of injuries and damage to determine the mechanism of the occurrence. Next, one day, one of case and issues in forensic medicine is determining the time of death. Three main methods used in early mortem and change and rigor mortis and body cooling and cadaveric sports. Next, and late change included mummification and skeletization, and chemical and biological methods and analysis of the composition of tissues and blood and other fluids to determine the exact time of death. And postmortem in forensic and autopsy include in stages of postmortem and research, internal external examination of the body, internal research, and special research and methods, and different methods in histological, toxicology, radiological, and chemical, and etc. In documentation and in conclusion, in formulation of an expert opinion, including in cause of death and mechanism of injury and possibly time of death. Possibility of death. In conclusion, a death investigation is a complex, multi-stage process that requires an accuracy and objectivity and deep knowledge in the field of anatomy and pathology and toxicology and forensic science. Post-mortem research plays a vital role in establishing the truth, helps to ensure injustice, and helps to find and answers events in the most difficult cases. Thank you for your attention. I hope you find this course useful and interesting.